This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 15, verse 1 in the NLT. It says, Then Yahweh said to me, even if Moses and Samuel stood before me pleading for these people, I wouldn't help them. Away with them, get them out of my sight. And if they say to you, but where can we go? Tell them this is what Yahweh says. Those who are destined for death to death, those who are destined for war to war, those who are destined for famine to famine, and those who are destined for captivity to captivity. And I will send four kinds of destroying, I will send four kinds of destroyers against them, says Yahweh. I will send the sword to kill, the dogs to drag away, the vultures to devour, and the wild animals to finish up what is left. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, all praise, honor, and the glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessing be multiplied on all you brethren, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the 144,000, and the rest of the elect out there, shalom. I'm the brother Dama Gabar, here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. All right, and as the title, the headline of this chapter says, judgment must come. And we've been warning you, Jake, and telling you 2/3 of our people, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, that judgment is at the door. And this is in the book of Jeremiah, it was a time where the Lord sent judgment upon Israel because of their wickedness, man. And we know this is going to apply to 2/3 of our people in these last days, which we can see this judgment is right at the door. Hey, and the Lord is going to appoint four kinds over you, Jakes. Like he said, the sword to tear, the dogs to rip, those to the captivity, those to the sword. And we've been telling you for the longest that, Esau, Edom is getting ready to come down with great wrath, like it tells you in Revelations 12:12, seeing he has but a short time. And this man has many ways and many, forms of the sword that in these last days, the Lord is going to allow Esau to use as a form of judgment on you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and mainly you 2/3. Because we've been out there preaching this word. We've been warning you, Jakes, over and over and over again. And the majority of our people, they just continue to scoff and mock. They put far off the evil day, as the scriptures say, Jake is still partying and BS, and they think everything is a game. Even though we're in the midst of World War III, even though Jake is in the midst of crashing out, losing their minds, going crazy, they still can't see the seriousness of the times that we're in. Well, the Lord is going to make it plain and simple when he allows, Esau, Edom to come down with that great wrath. And this man has many forms of the sword, which is his blessing that these devils are that they can't wait to unleash on you people, man. And we've been warning and telling you that these days are at hand, and now we see them approaching faster than ever. And look at this. And if y'all know, I always do videos when I come across this information dealing with these humanoid soldiers, these robots, man. And these robots will be used, in the future to do the bidding and to slay a lot of you people out here, man. Like we've been telling you, hey, in the near future, Esau's not going to have soldiers. Yeah, he might use some soldiers, but he's also going to have these humanoid soldiers right along with the actual foot soldiers, man. They're going to have the robot dogs to tear, to rip, armed with 40 cows, 50 cows, sniper rifles. And it's going to have these humanoid robots armed to the teeth with swords, batons. Like I said, they show you this in these dystopian movies. They showed you this in the movie Elysium, man. You see, but Jake puts far off the evil day. Jake and these people think, oh, that's dystopian. Oh, you watch too many movies. Come on, brother. That's far out there. Well, hey, this man ain't playing no goddamn games. Even Elon Musk is telling you that eventually they're not going to need the majority of you humans, that robots are going to be out here doing the majority of the jobs that you average people do. And guess what? And part of those jobs are going to be militarized forces, police forces. And check this out. It says humanoid soldiers tested in Ukraine found their eyes contract to patrol U.S. border. And if you think they barely been testing these humanoid soldiers in Ukraine and on doing simulations and military type of situations, then you're a goddamn fool. They've been doing these things. These robots have already been trained and ready to do all this shit. And they're going to be, using artificial intelligence and AI to man these humanoid robots when the time comes, man. You see, but you, Jake, man, you sleep, man. You know, you ain't really up on game. You don't really understand the depths of Satan, man. You know, and the technology that this man really possesses on the left hand side. So let's read some of this. It says corporate media is finally catching up to our humanoid robot theme, with these bots moving beyond factory floors and possibly soon marching onto modern battlefields. And guess what? It's not Trump and it's the Trump administration talking about we got to get at the enemy from within. You don't think they're going to use these humanoid robots to patrol you American people during the time of martial law, during the time of lawlessness, especially when it's sedition, you know, when these people finally truly wake up to how corrupt this government is and how, you've been duped and lied to your whole life. When these people realize that your constitutional rights have been stripped away and there's nothing but a piece of paper, you don't think they're going to have these humanoid robots ready to roll out and to be used on a more modern battlefield against you American people? Come on, man. It says, as conflicts rage in Eastern Europe and the Middle East, it says reports that Foundation Robotics, and there's more than just Foundation Robotics. There's all kind of these companies that are producing these things, these humanoid robots, man. Plenty of companies, like over there in China, man, they probably got millions of these robots already built and sitting in these warehouse facilities like they showed you on that movie I Am Legend, man. You know, they're just waiting for the full rollout of 6G to drop these humanoid robots in a town near you. It says developing humanoid robots for industrial and military applications has recently sent 2 Phantom NK robots to Ukraine for testing. A foundational spokesperson said the startup is preparing its Phantom robots for potential deployment in combat scenarios for the Pentagon, which continues to explore the development of militarized humanoid prototypes designed to operate alongside warfighters in complex, high-risk environments. And pretty soon it's going to be a high-risk environment here in the States, like I said, when all hell breaks loose, when lawlessness ensues. You know, like I said, when these people wake up to the fact that their government's been lying and, misleading them all this time, when this economy collapse, when these people, when it's in mass sedition mode, they're going to roll out these Phantom NK robots and those robot dogs to tear, to blast, to terminate, man. Hey, and if you ain't got the protection of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, if you're not going to be endowed with the spiritual power in that day, hey, good luck. It says the foundation spokesman said the startup is preparing its Phantom robots for potential deployment and combat scenarios for the Pentagon. I read that. It says foundation co-founder Mike LeBlanc at 14, blah, 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 blah. He says the outlet that the company is in very close contact with the Department of Homeland Security regarding possible patrol functions for Phantoms along the U.S. southern border. And if they're going to put these robots on the southern border, America is right there on the other side of the southern border, man. See, look at that. It says Foundation is already a military-approved vendor and holds government research contracts worth $24 million with the U.S. Army, Navy, and Air Force. This suggests that these war bots are very close to being tested in war zones. Time reported that the MK-1 robots will soon be training with Marine Corps for the methods of entry operations. This advanced course teaches soldiers breaching techniques for building structures and ships using several types of method: explosive, ballistic, thermal, manual, and mechanical entry. See, you better wake up, man. LeBlanc pointing out that the natural evolution of today's autonomous system is a leap from drones to ground bots to humanoid robots. He said humanoid soldiers do not crack under intense mental pressure and can be deployed as soon as highly expendable assets. Look, and these robots are going to be programmed to terminate, man. They ain't going to back down from a fight. Once they're programmed that you American citizens or you tribes or you Negroes or you people of color are its enemy and a target that needs to be taken down without prejudice, that's exactly what it's going to do, man. All right? You see, it says in February, we outlined that humanoid robots will soon enter the modern battlefield, and it appears time has now confirmed it, man. See, now they're saying what? The conflict in Ukraine and the Middle East have demonstrated that modern warfare is becoming increasingly automated with low-cost ground bots, FPVs, weaponized AI kill chains, and many other technologies now being deployed by foreign adversaries. All right, and these robots are going to be out there patrolling the streets, and they're going to have drone homies with them, blasting and bombing you from the sky, while these humanoid robots are, hunting you down on foot, man. Yep, it says Sanakek Patak, founder and co-founder of CEO, told the outlet that a humanoid soldier arms race is already happening as Russia and China develop dual-use technology. Just like drones, machine guns, or any other technology, you first have to get them into the hands of customers. Yep, the world seemingly at war on two fronts: the development and deployment of next generation war tech, such as humanoid bots, is likely to be thrown into hyperdrive. You see? Because why? They know they have but a short time, man, and they know that and these devils have plans to crash this world as we know it, to bring in this NWO. And I believe these humanoid war bots are going to play a huge role in the future. You see, what else is in here? Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I don't want to play the video, but it might have music on there. But look at this. Teleo operated a humanoid robot, and that robot gonna kick ass, man. You see, these robots, they're not gonna get tired. They're not gonna have any sympathy. They're not gonna have empathy. Like I said, once they're programmed to do what they're supposed to do, that's what they're gonna do, man. And this is Ezekiel 21, verse 9. Son of man, prophesy and say, thus saith Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, say a sword is sharpened and also furbished. And what is Esau's blessing? The sword. And these humanoid robots are just an extension of that sword. Like I said, and these drones and those robot dogs and all those other little technological goodies these devils are going to unleash on you people, man. You see, and these robots are going to be able to see through walls. You know what I mean? They're going to be able to calculate things. You know, they're going to be very accurate with their shooting. Like I said, these robots are not going to crack under pressure like a human would in tense and heightened situations, man. See, Jake better wake up, man. Hey, if you ain't with Yahweh Bashem, if Yahweh Bashem Yahushua ain't with you, man, hey, good luck. It says it is sharpened to make a sure slaughter. It is furbished that it may glitter. Should we then make mirth? And and these people be going to these different conventions and they see these robots and they be like, oh, it's so cute. I want to take a picture with it. Oh, look at the robot. These other conventions, they're talking to the robots and all this shit, not knowing that behind closed doors, hey, these robots are being trained to be in slaughter mode, man. You see, it's not gonna be so cute when these robots, when you see one and they flip the switch and they put that robot in slaughter mode, and you're gonna see that robot just toss a motherfucker across the street, or just pull out a weapon and just get busy on somebody, man. Then it's not gonna be mirth time. Then it's not gonna be so cute. Now it's not gonna be so funny. It says, should we then make mirth? It contemneth the rod of my son as every tree. And he have given it to be furbished that it may be handled. This sword is sharpened, and it is furbished to give it into the hand of the slayer. And who's the slayer? Esau, Edom. See, and he's going to program these robots to be the slayers, man. To be judge, jury, and executioner. To be its military force. To be the police force. You see? To be patrolling your neighborhoods, man. Sending these drones with capabilities to blow you away, man. You see, it says, cry and howl, son of man, for it shall be upon my people. It shall be upon all the princes of Israel. Terrors by reason of the sword shall be upon my people. Smite therefore upon thy thigh. You see? And this is what's getting ready to come. And like I said, if you ain't got Yahweh Bashem Yahushua with you, good luck, man. All right, this is Jeremiah 51 and 19. It says, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. Yahweh of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapon of war. See, and this is going to be for the elect, man, in these dire situations and in these evil times that are coming. The Lord's going to turn up his elect, and he's going to endow us with the ability to fight against these robots, to be defended from these this different technology and the sword that this devil is getting ready to come with. And if you don't believe that, if you think that's crazy, that's far-fetched, then guess what? You're not going to be defended because because you lack faith. Or you, nigga, or a nigga or a niggerette, they'll just dismiss it. Oh, I ain't worried about that because that ain't going to happen. You crazy nigga. Okay, we'll see. It says, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider. What is a horse and a rider? Military. Like I said, these robots are going to be part of that military. Now, they may not be riding on horses, but hey, a horse is just, symbolic for something that's powerful. You see? It says, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. And with thee also will I break in pieces man and woman. Right? Because they're going to have a lot of super soldiers in the midst of these different, humanoid slaughter bots, as I like to call them. It says, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. And I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. You see? So the Lord's going to allow us to have the ability to fight against these things, man. Because, hey, what else are we going to have to fight against these damn humanoid robots, man? We're going to have the spirit of the Lord with us, man. Whether it's to run away from one of these things, to defend ourselves from one of these things, or whether the Lord is sending an angel on our behalf to make that damn thing malfunction, or hey, the Lord can put the spirit on you to become invisible when these robots are patrolling in particular neighborhoods, or if they happen to patrol inside your house, the Lord can just make it to where the robot doesn't see you with his infrared, man. And these are the type of miracles that we're praying and hoping, are going to be with us in these days that are coming. Because it's about to get ill out here, man. Hey, and the Lord's getting ready to turn up the heat. Hey, the scriptures don't tell you in Daniel 12 it's going to get so bad that Michael's going to have to stand up, that great prince, man. That's how bad it's going to get out here. You see, but these jakes are playing games. They think the Lord is slack. They think the Bible is a fairy tale. They think the things that we're saying are just too far-fetched. But hey, you're going to know that a prophet had been among you when these things eventually come to pass. And this devil is telling you right out of his own mouth that these things exist and what they're being used for. So just keep playing games, Jake. All right. So, hey, with that, I'm going to close it there. Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for doing this lesson. Lord willing, you were edified. Hey, and Lord willing, we'll be defended. Shalom.